Inflation numbers are coming out this week, which could cause some serious volatility for the US dollar pairs, as well as the US indices. Let's take a look at the top 3 setups this week. A spotty dollar and shaky markets keep investors on edge ahead of Friday's CPI data. Here are some pairs we're looking at to start the week. Dollar Swiss starts the New York session with some upward pressure after coming up from the lows near a significant fib level on the one-day timeframe. Dollar Swiss just crossed over the 50% level with some bullish upside while testing a double top at the 0.964s. The pair has around 50 pips before it hits another significant resistance level, so in our opinion, it still looks like it has room to run. A quick side note before we go into our next pair, if there's any currency pair you ever want to hear about, comment down below and we'll be sure to cover in our next daily report. For our next pair, we're going to look at USOIL's recent behavior after the price hike in July's crude oil futures in Saudi Arabia. The US national average gas prices are nearing $5 a barrel, which is close to 20 cents higher than last week's spot. The commodity is down over 1.5% today, which is nearing support on the 4-hour time frame. Price is right above the double top support in the 117s. There looks to be some resistance in the rising trend line, about 2.5 points above the current price. The Edgefinder gives the commodity a +4 buy rating as seasonality and trends show the strongest readings towards a bullish bias. Additional support lies below the 115s. This week only, we're doing a massive sale on our A1 Edgefinder. Take 40% off the Edgefinder using code A1YT in the link down below to take advantage of our biggest sale yet. Lastly, let's take a look at the S&P. Stocks had a rocky start this morning, but they're up overall ahead of inflation numbers this Friday. Last week's NFP came out stronger than expected, but still added less jobs than last month, while the unemployment rate ticked up 0.1%. On the 4-hour time frame, price seems to be bouncing around inside the wedge pattern, so the index may retrace on the highs and test the bottom of the wedge again, or it might try to break out and touch the 4190s. A lofty price target this week could end up around $4,300 if the markets are bullish, while $4,070 seems to be a good level of support if markets turn downward. If you're enjoying our daily market ideas, please make sure to subscribe down below.
And there he is, waving a finger at us, guys. Mr. Eivind, welcome back. Thanks for being.
What?
Hey, guys, so just as we get started here, we're going to give people just a moment to tune into the stream. A quick introduction for those of you guys who have not already met Eivind. Eivind is one of our head traders and coaches here at A1 Trading. He does his thing inside of the group. He works with a lot of you guys who are already members. You probably already know Eivind. And for those of you guys who watch the content, you may already know him as well. But if you don't, he's an excellent trader, friend of mine, and one of our head traders here at A1 Trading. Eivind, what's going on? What are we looking at? And what are you doing on this crazy Monday morning, all this price action with not a lot of news?
I should actually have been well, it's a public holiday in Norway, so I feel like I'm a holiday today. So I'm working overtime today, bro.
Hey,
that trade.
I love it. Love the
yeah,
hustle.
I bought also yesterday. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Aussie yen, you say? What got you into Aussie yen?
It was just going higher, and I think I should go higher, and then it went higher.
Fair enough.
Seasonality says it should go higher. Yen is still very weak. They still haven't changed their forecast. Still don't have enough inflation in Japan, and Aussie have a interest rate decision tomorrow where they might increase interest rates and update their forecast. So
Yeah, and I was looking at that, Ivan. Last time they said they were going to raise their rates by up to 0.25%, and they actually came out at 0.35%, which shocked the markets a little bit. So perhaps we see a bit of continuation. I'm also bullish on the Aussie. I showed you guys just prior to this my Euro Aussie short, Euro CAD short. Things doing okay here. So it's nice to hear we're both on the same side of the Aussie long scenario. So Aussie yen, that's an interesting one. Aussie yen, you're long Aussie yen. Do you have any other trades open? Aussie dollar, perhaps? Anything else?
Yeah, around 72. Yeah, 0.72. Yeah. So that was also yesterday. Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, life is good.
And out of those two, out of the Aussie yen and the Aussie dollar, which one, if you had to drop one and keep the other, which one would you hold on to? I'm so curious to hear what you say.
Oh, any day, drop the Aussie dollar and double down on Aussie yen.
Okay, fair enough. I thought that's was what you might say. I would tend to agree with that as well. The dollar
Tend to.
here, you and I have kind of been on the same page with the dollar recently. I think just a little bit of that, Fed hawkishness sort of seems to have played out. It seems like we're seeing a little bit of a natural pullback on the dollar overall. Is there a point on the dollar that you get bullish again? And if so, what does that look like?
Well, I'm a bit weird, Nick. The thing is that when I look at the markets and I'm like, okay, what if euro dollar, for example, it has this very strong time up until 7th, which is 6th today, and it every year, but year after year, tends to in that area tends to rise pretty rapidly, and after around 7th or 8th or 9th tends to fall again, and dollar then gets stronger. I'm a bit more date based at this point. So, if we tomorrow or the other or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday start being continue to be bullish, I will probably buy dollar again. It's a bit of a
Fair enough.
short-term flare, and we shall see. Yeah, that
Fair
tends
enough.
to
Fair enough.
generally be a very good trade, by the way. Yeah.
So, Eivind, we were talking about this on my stream, and I promised people we would just take a look at it together. What do you think about gold here right now? I'm really I don't have a strong bias. I was actually just looking at the lower time frames just for the people who are interested in it on my last stream. What do you think about gold right now?
As I am waiting for it to be bullish, I think that's a noble cause at least. Not really what I would like to see. It's kind of like it had a small pullback here and didn't really bother after that. So I'm just waiting for a bullishness. And the outlook for that is that we might have this might be the bottom, or beginning of July might be the bottom. So I'm just hoping for it to trend nicely and dicely higher.
So are you looking for, if we take a look at my screen for a second, I just want to show you this. I was looking at like this level here this morning and how price shot down. Look at like these candles have been crazy to watch. We shot underneath, we held it, and then we shot on the very opening few minutes, shot and came back. So it's an interesting thing just to watch here intraday. But let me ask you this. Are you looking more for like a break of like the previous high around 1870, or would you actually look for a deeper pullback? What were you looking for to get bullish and to actually enter trades on something like gold?
Okay, so there is two ways to roll here. One is, yes, you can see that you are breaking lower, but why are you not looking at that candle where we came up to sell this morning? That's a saddle candle. So what I'm looking at, generally speaking, I either want a reversal, which should be somewhere like priced down to like 1840 level, somewhere down here, or a continuation of trend. And continuation of trend means that we need to break 1870. So in clear terms, I would say I can look for 1840 level or a break of 1870 level.
Yep.
And both comes back to this level being buying again. So right now, it's kind of like, what do you call it? Like just waiting, just seeing.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, what I like that you pointed out there, Eivind, is like, okay, we're waiting, but we have intent, right? The thing is, a lot of times it's very easy as traders to be like, okay, I'm constantly waiting for, the perfect setup, this and that. And yes, that is important, but also knowing what that setup looks like before it actually gets to you is very important. So that when it comes to you, as you probably know, it's like that moment can come and it goes. So you've got to be like looking ahead, looking at, and I like what you said about like 1870 as a swing trader. Totally with you on that. If we can get a break above 1870 with some conviction, any sort of like retest could lead into a bullish summer for the commodities market, especially gold and oil. So I would tend to agree with you on that. And I think the longer that we spend time streaming together and trading together inside of the group, the closer we're going to get to just the same trader. But it's awesome. It's not a bad thing.
But no, it's just one day I'm just going to go totally opposite of you. Like, just when you feel comfortable, I know how Eivind thinks now. I know he's going to do. Next stream, we're going to be I've changed my mind, bro.
Yeah, you're like, the whole game has changed. My new strategy revealed. Yeah, no, that's awesome.